Welcome back to my Banished Let's Play Part 3. I'm only playing until I get to 100 people in the village. I've noticed at the other videos that the GUI, the windows here, the graphical user interface, is very small because I play at 2K at 1440. And when it renders on YouTube, they're very small and hard to see. So I've changed the size of them, and I hopefully when I upload this video it'll be easier, clearer to see exactly what the numbers and wording is on these windows. We'll have to see when I'm done. Alright, it's raining and it's difficult to see anything, of course. But we left off with them building this town hall, which I, in my opinion, I really need right now because it gives me some statistics that I'd like to see. As you can see, as always, I basically out of food. I've only got 11 stored food, so I'm going to have to work on that again. And we're going to move it back up to 5 by. Let's just get this town hall completed. We're working at the dock, as many as we can get in. The gatherer's hut is maxed out. The hunting cabin is maxed out. And the reason I want this town hall is I believe that it tells me if I have any seeds that can be planted. Otherwise, there's no point in me attempting to make any farms. We're almost complete, so I'll see what type of information it gives me. I don't know, but I do believe it. Well, I was reading in the last video about the town hall, and I think it will give me the information I require. Here we go, town hall. Okay, production, trade items. Okay, so I'm guessing I can build. I can plant cabbage, pepper, and chestnuts. Acquired because I already have. I have no livestock whatsoever, so I can build a farm. But I have to use one of those. Chestnut, cabbage. I think cabbage would be the best thing to build to start with. Okay, the reserve of iron is low. And if you recall, I ran out of tools last time. Now you can see I have 41 tools. Food is really a problem, though. We went from 11 to 26. That may not last me through the winter. Let's see about making cabbage. Crop field. And I believe I want the crop field to be over here. I want to be able to place more. Yeah, look, we're gonna make the crop field right here. Right, wrong, or indifferent. This is the way I'm gonna go. Well, first, I want to be able to walk around that town hall. So we'll do this. Oops. I can't really tell if I made those. That rain makes it difficult to see. Alright, that has to be there. Okay, so now back to making a cabbage patch. I'm going to try right here. There should be a key. Shift? No. Alt? No. Control? No. I was thinking there was a key that would allow you to get rid of the, you could press so you wouldn't see the trees. Alright, well, let's see how wide we can go here. This cabbage patch. Alright, 15. wide. Maybe 15 by 15 is going to be the... Yeah, 15 by 15 is the size you can go. Now we don't have any farmers. Let's make one farmer. No, 2 farmers. Okay, we're gonna make 2 farmers. Like you see here, they're chopping down the trees to make space for the cabbage to grow. Again, food and logs. Food, I'm more concerned about food than I am logs. Because just, you know, a few people will freeze to death in the winter without logs, but everybody will die without food. And these question marks, I think that means they don't have a job? Yeah, citizens without jobs. Builder, 1 of 8. Farmer. That must be the 2. Yeah, it's the 2 that I've dedicated to farmers. There's nothing for them to farm yet. But as soon as this is complete, they'll be able to farm. So I'm sure that will go away. It's just, this is really a nice thing. Okay, here we go. Select this crop. Okay, we want cabbage. Yep. Okay, the farmers are now, it's spring, so that's planting time, right? I want 4 people on this farm. Because again, food is my issue. Now I need to see about building a trader because I would like to have some livestock. I got 36 people. And something like 16 of them are doing nothing but producing food.
Hello?
Stockpile. 2% yield. Okay, so they're planting the cabbage, I guess. Alright, firewood looks excellent. 381 firewood. That's not going to be an issue. I think that will be fine for the coming winter. Reynaldo was born and Hernard was born. And we got another laborer, another child that became an adult. That's good. Now, while this is going on, let's look back at nomads, graphs, food. Let's look at food production. Wow, it's, you see food production is just all, I haven't quite mastered that yet because you can see it's very sporadic and it is down to 3. I apparently just cannot get a handle on this food production. What does that mean? Resource limit has been reached. So 58 coats. That's plenty because that's more than people that I have, so I'm not going to raise that resource. And 51 tools is plenty. So hopefully those people, you know, there's no icons here saying they're out of it. There's no job for them, so hopefully they're doing something else. And I don't have to manually reassign them. This has not gone up from 2% yield. I'm not sure what's going on here. But food is just, I'm just barely hanging on. And I think it's, actually I don't know, look here, they don't have food. And they're farmers. Okay. Just need to get that food level up. Because without food, we're never going to get more people. Again, remember, I want 100 people in my village. For me, that's considered, I consider that an accomplishment, since I really don't know what I'm doing. And I think I read something on Steam where someone said that it's pretty obvious I don't know what I'm doing because I'm making some really horrendous mistakes, which is fine. I do wonder about. I would like to get a little cattle. I'm sure they have cattle in here, and I would think sheep, maybe pigs. What else? Chickens. That's probably the only livestock you can raise. Chickens may give eggs, although I'm not sure. I guess that's another. Yeah, they probably do. And then cows, of course, give beef and leather, and sheep would give wool and mutton. Pigs, pork, and I don't know what else. Hopefully bacon. Everybody likes bacon, right? Alright, now we're getting some yield. I guess it's just growing slowly over time. Looks like there's some bad patches here. Oh, they're already harvesting and only got 30. Well, I don't know because they may have. I think I'm only getting something like 30% yield, but let's see how the food goes up. Now, I need to look into. I don't know how to build the trader. I don't even know what it would be under. Someone died of starvation. Well, that was bound to happen, of course. How do you build the trader? Roads, tunnel. Their trading post. And this is the main river. The trading. Oh. Well, for a minute there I forgot which key. Let's put the trading post, well, wherever it'll go. Right there. That looks good. Although I wonder if that will take away from the amount of fish. I don't want to detract from the fishing radius there. So let's move it up a little bit. We'll move it right there. Right there. Alright. Now I can build a road to it. And I don't think it has to go all the way around it, just right there is fine. Okay, winter set in. Firewood is brilliant. I've probably got too much firewood now. Just got to work on that food. Why are there? Well, okay, we got 3 people working this. They should be running. Yeah, there's a cart right there. I'm just curious. How can I'll pause this for a moment. I want to see what he's got in that cart. Okay, that's merely. It's 20 cabbage. Okay, so a cart can carry 20 cabbage. It appears. So and there's another cart. All right, so they've got all the cabbage and berries, and the last thing was that venison. Okay. Now we're building up some food. Of course, there's nothing for the farmers to do right now, it being winter. But we got plenty of coats or stored clothes. We need medicine because the health of the citizens is going down. But I thought Let's see, the hunting cabin, gatherer. I probably need another house for the farmers. I wonder where they're living. Oh, right here. I remember one of them died. That must have been one of the ones that died, was the farmer. Because there were 2 farmers in that house earlier. Health. Now, I think there's a herbalist. I just don't know what that would be under. A hospital used to heal diseases. Well, I haven't really got any diseases yet. This is just general health. Seems like there should be something like a herbalist. I just don't know. Resource production. There we go, herbalist. For some reason I thought I had one already built. But I obviously do not. Wooden house. And here's just hunting cabin, gatherer, wooden houses, and the storage barn. Alright, so I need a herbalist. And I'm gonna put, alright, so these people would not chop down any trees or anything but pick wild herbs, so I can put them, actually I'm gonna put them down here. Probably, yeah, there's no one here chopping trees, so I think this is going to be, I'm going to put them right across from the storage barn. Right, no, I want as wide a range as I can get. I don't want to overlap any of the, right there. Okay. And I intentionally left. I wanted to make this a double road. But now that I think about it, that's probably not a, well, I'm going to do it anyway. But if I'm only going for 100 people, it's probably not going to be that big of a deal. There we go. Maybe that is what is needed. Health. That will help my health. Population had a big drop right around here. Then it popped back up and it stands steady just a little bit here. What's the situation up here on this? Okay, so it's got, I need stone and iron. Alright, stone and iron. So we definitely have, looking good for the tools and the clothes, the coats, hide coats. What have we got here? No food and no home. Brilliant. Well, they died of starvation. I guess that took care of the no food issue. I don't know how to get a handle on this food. I have 4, 8, 12, 16 people out of 34. Literally 50% of my population is working on food. 16 to 16 would be 32, and 4 of these 34 are children. So I've got more than 50% of my adult population working on food, and yet I run out of food. I really don't understand that. I'm sure if I read through a bunch of wikis or the website, forum, whatever, that I could probably learn the best way to do all this, but it just makes no sense to me that 50% of your population is working on more than 50% of your population is working on food production, and you still don't have enough food. It baffles me. It really does. What the heck would these people eat? Like 5 times normal person would consume? I've got to get food. It seems like I've got to get food up into the 300 and above range. Look, 100, and it just disappeared. 34 people are eating 100 food daily? It's ridiculous. Wow. Alright, let's get this trader. Maybe it's just meant, I don't know, maybe the, excuse me again, the gathering is not meant to supplement, to actually be lived on. It's just meant to tide you over, and you actually have to farm. Maybe the game is just programmed. I'm getting much better yield this time. Look at all the cabbages are larger, up to almost 90% yield. Maybe the game is programmed where farming is how you sustain yourself long term, and fishing and gathering and hunting are just short term to supplement the farming. Maybe that's just the way it's programmed. I don't know. Either way, I don't know why this is not... We're out of stone, that's why. That's right. Well, let's get rid of all this stone down here. That's iron. Stone. We'll get that stone right there. Get it out of the way. I'm going to once I get these 2 structures built, this herbalist and trading post, I possibly, you know, now that I think about it, I am going to increase these quantities, because this is what I will want to trade with. Because I'm certainly not going to trade with food. Alright, 350 of each seems fine. That should hold them for a while. Iron. I might have to, what I was just getting ready to say was, as I got easily sidetracked, is once these 2 buildings are complete, I'm probably going to start looking at a quarry and an iron mine, because I'm going to need those, as the resources that we just pick up off the land are starting to get depleted. Although there's still, I can see a lot of iron. It's just a long way for these people to have to walk. Yep, food is low. What else is new? Tell me something I don't know. Let's see what happens once we get all this cabbage in. Still at 34 people. Look there, current season, 300 fish already. Last season, almost 600. That's a good limit. I'm going to leave that firewood limit at 500. Because we haven't had firewood issues in a while now. Hunting cabin, 1,080 venison last season. That's 1,300 food. Gatherer's hut, 17, 2,000, 2,800 food was consumed last season. These people eat food so fast. Excuse me, 2,800 food. Maybe alright, now that cabbage just came in. We were up to 800. Almost 400 of which was cabbage. and we're still not done. So looks like I will get. All right, they're completely done with the cabbage. 1140 from cabbage. Man, that's a lot of food. Excuse me. We're still short on stone. That's a lot of stone, 80 stone. Gonna have to just take any stone anywhere. Take the stone from up there also. Got plenty of storage space for it. That cabbage is going to help, but I'm not sure. %. I only need 2 more stone for the herbalist. It looks like there's a fellow carrying some right there. Yep, that was a stone he was carrying. Winter, see the logs, the firewood is looking good. I think that's a good quantity, 500 for now. $500 food, even though it says reserve of food is low. I think we finally reached a point where we're going to continually have food. Maybe not. Boy, it goes fast, don't it? There's that last stone. Okay, now they're going to start building. Well, we came out of that winter with only 47 food stored. Are these reached their limit already? Of 350? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, firewood is going to be fine. Just build this. I will need to assign, possibly get away with just 1, or maybe 2 to start with. You know, that did say something about disease, so I haven't got any diseases yet. This is just general health, I suppose. But wow, if we get a disease, I don't have a hospital. 100 people don't need a hospital, do they? I'm in their village. Food is low again. What else is new? %. Come on. I might move. Actually, I'm going to move the market up to 4 people. Is that vendor? Or, yeah, I guess that's vendor, okay. The market is vendor. Alright, this should be completed. 99. There we go. It's a nice looking little place. No citizens available. Let's put 2 in there to start. It looks like that's... No, we'll handle more. Alright, we're going to put 2 in there to start with. And we'll see how that works. Even though it's telling me the reserve of food is low, it looks like 200 is the lowest I have gotten down to since I built the cabbage patch. Alright, well, maybe we got a handle on the food situation for now with 35 people. We get this trader up and running, get some other type of... I'd like to get some livestock. That would be nice. But we'll see how it goes on the next video. Thank you for watching, and again, if you have any questions, comments, or just want to call me an idiot, post below. Ciao.